Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Nell Nicole, and I will be your astrologer for today. Excuse my face, I feel so dead. The seasons are changing here in good old Michigan, and a bitch's allergies and sinuses are just not really doing me, doing me good. They're doing me dirty right now. They're doing me so dirty. So say a prayer. But anyway, we're here. Once you pop in, please, hello. Make sure you like this video, share this video with anybody who you know that might be interested in this sort of topic and things. We're going to talk about the planets and their significance, right? So I'm going to be going through each of the planets and we're going to talk about what they rule over, what house they rule. Hi guys. Hi Marcel. Um and like what it might mean for you in your chart in different houses and so on and so forth. So, without further ado, I actually have a little chart. Now, when I first started my business, my like doing readings and stuff like that for people for money, Capricorn Moon gang gang. When I first started doing my readings for money, I really wanted to get like I have Mercury, okay? We'll talk about what Mercury is. But Mercury is like how your mind works, how you communicate things, how information is stored for you, right? I love charts. I love to see things. I love for things to be physical because I have Mercury in Capricorn. So I made a chart. I made a freaking chart so that I could go through and see what each planet, well, I know the meanings, but I wanted to know like how long each planet stays in a sign. How long does it take it to go around, the sun or whatnot. So let's go ahead and start with the sun. Okay. So the sun is the planet that describes how you see yourself. So when most people are talking about astrology and they say, I'm a Capricorn, I'm a Sagittarius, I'm a Leo, a Libra, da, da, da. Most people only know their sun placement. And I think back in the day, like when astrology first hit mainstream, because let's keep in mind astrology is an age-old science, an age-old art, right? This is motherfuckers like Galileo and them, they was doing astrology and shit like that, right? While studying astronomy and creating these telescopes that could see like, the planets before we even knew what our galaxy and solar system looked like. As planets were being discovered, all of the, how can I put this? The planets have significance, but for some reason, like I know like sometime mid-century of the like 1900s or whatever, like 1970 or some shit like that, astrology started like hitting magazines and like, people started writing articles about it or whatever. And somewhere along those lines, somewhere along the way, somebody put some extreme importance on the sun sign. So that's why when you look in the back of a magazine now, they just have all the signs, Libra, this, and that, da, 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 because the sun is how you see yourself. So it's like when you give somebody their horoscope for their sun, 9 times out of 10, they're going to want to relate to that simply because that's how they choose to see themselves. So the sun talks about your identity. It's the light. It's where the light shines in your chart. So it's like shining a light on all of the qualities that you deem good. So let's talk about it. So say, for instance, somebody is a Virgo sun, right? The good traits of that could be very detail oriented, hardworking, a servicer, somebody who's very, very helpful, somebody who can see flaws and who can help you kind of like tighten up where you need to tighten up so that you have a perfect, well-oiled, functioning machine, right? But also there's negatives to that sun. But if you ask a Virgo, hey, what are Virgos like? They're going to give you every fucking thing positive, I promise you, because that's how we perceive our sun sign. But also another person could see a Virgo and be like, wow, they are hella naggy. Like they are so ornery all the time. Virgos are just, they can be overindulgent in certain areas. Like, but a Virgo sun wouldn't necessarily go straight for that because like I said, they're embodying all of the traits that they deem positive. Another thing is within astrology, and I've been studying this since I was about 10 years old, like years and years and years. Some astrologers associate the sun with the child of the zodiac. So again, that childish sort of like rose-colored glasses, but almost it's really just you being your best self, right? Because the sun rules over Leo. So if we look at the zodiac sign of Leo, what are Leos? Leos are exuberant, right? Leos are they see themselves as the main actor on the main stage of life, right? So this is where no matter what sign your sun is in, you're going to see yourself playing out the traits of that sign as if it was kind of like sprinkled with a little bit of Leo on it. So it's like, this is how you want to show up. This is how you want people to see you. This is how you want people to perceive you. But it can also be perceived as the father energy, right? Some people associate the sun with the father energy simply because, I don't know, I guess it's just because it's like realized energy. And it's something that's like you're already manifested within that energy orb. And so the sun can also be kind of dominant over your chart. Again, people putting the sun at like high importance by only talking about sun signs. I can't tell you how many people that I come across all the time who have no idea that they are anything other than their sun sign. So in that way, I could see it having that sort of father vibe, that dominant vibe, right, in your birth chart. And so as we know, the sun travels through each sign 30 days at a time, which is where we get zodiac signs from. And so, yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware that like every single year on your birthday, you can get a brand new chart, and it's called a solar return chart. And all it does is it takes, I can't really describe how they calculate it, but I've used solar return charts, and they're actually really indicative of like, so say my birthday is February 3rd. I can do a solar return chart for February 3rd, 2020. And I can get a little synopsis of what my year is going to be like. So the rising sign on that chart would be changed. All the planets would be changed. The sun stays the same though. So my sun would still be at 14 degrees. Hi guys, when you come in, make sure to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel because you know we lit over here in High Vibe Nation. I'm just talking. I just wanted to do a little live and come see y'all and talk about something. So we're here. But yeah, so I can do a chart for February 3rd, 2020, and it would take it to where my sun is still at 14 degrees Aquarius, but everything else will be changed. So like say for instance, it takes my Gemini rising to Virgo rising. Then that would basically mean that this year I'm going to be acting a little bit more like a Virgo. I'm going to be coming off more detail oriented, more work oriented, more like a Virgo, more paying attention to the details and being analytical and thinking about things before I just start talking. Because Gemini, I pop on here and I just be talking. Okay. Thank you, Portia. Thank y'all. Wait a minute. Let's take a minute to just sit. I want to say hi to everybody. Let me look at my chat because I don't even be really knowing. Here we go. How do you do a solar return chart? Go to astro.com, and then you want to go to horoscopes, I think. In there, you want to click on extended chart selection. After you click on that, you want to go to, I think you have to add yourself in there. Like, so it's going to ask you for your name, your sex, your date of birth, your time of birth, and your place of birth. From there, once you get that input, it's going to take you back to the chart screen. And there's like select a chart or something like that. And you just put solar return. And you can get all types of charts from astro.com for free, y'all. So listen, that's my favorite resource. I know a lot of astrologers that use that resource because you can pay to get software to do astrology, but like unless you're really in the business of it and you're really making a lot of money, it's not really worth it, to be honest. I use astro.com, girl. Ain't nobody got time. Okay, so the sun is significant. It is how we see ourselves. It's how other people see us too, but more so you're being seen as your rising sign rather than your sun sign. We'll talk about rising signs in this video too, but let me just make sure I'm getting everything about the sun out. So the sun does rule over the 5th house because the 5th house is ruled by Leo. So the 5th house represents romance, right? Fun, children, in your life, children, working with children, having your own children, what it is that you like to do that gives you vitality, that really livens your spirit and makes it so that you're having fun. That's really all I can say. And so whatever house the sun falls into for you, your sun is going to be flavored with the juices of that house. So for me, my sun falls into my 9th house in Aquarius, right? So not only do I have an Aquarius sun, but it's a 9th house Aquarius sun, which means that I see myself, and a lot of other people, when they get to know me, they see me as the Aquarius, right? So Aquarius is eccentric. marches to the beat of their own drum, the one who's always experimenting and trying new things, and like kind of closed off but still like a community baby. So like I like to have my time to myself, and then when it's time for me to pop off and hop up in these streets, I got so many groups of friends that I could go deal with. Sometimes I don't want to deal with nobody, you know. People be hitting me up trying to get a hold of me. I'm really hard to get a hold of because my Aquarius sun keeps me sort of separated from humanity, a little bit more higher minded. Like when I talk to people, sometimes, especially if it's like an earth sign person or a fire sign person, and they're just like, give me the facts, what are we doing, what's going on? I'm just like, but think about humanity. Or like I was talking to somebody yesterday and I was just like, bro, earth is beautiful, life is beautiful, you feel me? Like we get to be here. God blessed us with shit like music, art, science, math. Math is fascinating as fuck. Like, we get to toil with these materials, with these concepts and these ideas down here on earth. And they're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? So, Aquarius, right? Another thing about Aquarius, I mean, I feel like we can really perceive people's energy like really well. We might not always let you know what we think about you, but like I'm always evaluating, always observing, in that way very close to a Virgo sun. And I'm coming to conclusions in my head all the time, all the time, all the time. My mind never stops working. But then you put that Aquarius sun in the ninth house, right? And so many of my interests and pursuits, and the things that I involve myself in, the things that I identify with sun, right, have to do with higher learning, have to do with my spiritual journey, have to do with knowledge, right? Because ninth house is represented by Sagittarius. So my sun being there is giving it that Sagittarius flavor of like wanting to explore other cultures, wanting to always be expansive in knowledge, buying hella books, like hella notebooks, just always kind of taking the information from my head, putting it somewhere, reading new information, coming to new conclusions, regurgitating that information, connecting with people, wanting to have my own community, right? So sun is just how we identify. I say all that to say the sun is literally just how we identify with ourselves and how we see ourselves acting as a part of society in the world. So I see myself being sort of like the perpetual student, but also in that way I can turn around and become the guru, right? The mentor, right? But I also have my own mentors. I am an active mentee in various different areas in my life. And I never think that I know everything. That's one thing about ninth house sun is like I'm very humble within my knowing. So sometimes people are like, tell me about this, tell me about that. I'm like, well, my opinion is, you know, but go do your own research, because I'm an advocate for people increasing their own level of knowledge. Let's see. You said none of your chart relates to you legit. Your Virgo moon and Capricorn rising doesn't resonate. Your Jupiter is in Capricorn for solar return 2020 kill you. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of your blessings by being disciplined and just really being in tune with reality. Capricorns are not unlucky. Capricorns just understand that they have to work for what they want. They are not unlucky by a long shot. Capricorns are some of the most lucrative signs, and they are some of the most grounded signs. So if you're not grounded, if you're not in tune with that aspect of yourself, yeah, you're going to come off as unlucky, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn wants us to learn. Saturn wants us to understand the hierarchy, and that there is a ladder, right? And that you have to climb it one step at a time. You can't skip steps. If you try to skip a step, you're liable to fall right back down to the bottom. So the key to mastering Capricorn energy, and you're talking to somebody with a Capricorn stellium, the key to mastering that energy is discipline, compliance, almost like assimilation, but don't just do what society does just for the simple fact of doing it, but like learn how to fall in line. So if you're not having the most luck finding a good job, maybe you need to seek somebody who has a business in like setting up resumes, or go take a class or something like that to learn how to conduct yourself in interviews or something like that. Because Capricorn wants you to fall in line and do things correctly. And then after that, once you learn the rules, you can bend the rules and become the authority yourself. But you have to learn how to be a follower. Pisces rising for a solar return chart. That's a lot going on. So wait, you said... So it's going to be pretty hard for you to see yourself, or for other people to see you as down to earth. you have a Virgo moon and a natural Capricorn rising, you got to get with the shits, man. Fuck the return chart. You got to get into yourself, because at the end of the day, your natal chart never changes. Like, whatever's on that damn natal chart, those are the energies you have to deal with. Those are the energies you have to work with. And so you got to come into understanding of yourself. And then the solar return is just the theme of the year, right? So like, I'm gonna be honest with you, having a Pisces rising in that solar return chart and a natural Capricorn rising, you're gonna have to work a little bit harder at implementing like the art of grounding yourself, because Pisces risings are hella misunderstood, even though it could work to your advantage if you're the type of person who can like shapeshift. And what I mean by that is, like, at a job interview, go dressed up to the nines, walk in speaking proper English, on your application, really write out full, complete sentences and thought concepts and ideas and communicate yourself clearly, right? But then you might be at a networking event and you might have to turn on your party promoter swag, or like, it's like being adaptable. Pisces is a mutable sign. So one of their major advantages that they have over the rest of us is that they encompass a little bit of each sign that has come before it. So you're able to fit into whatever situation you want to be in. But sometimes Pisces energy can also go left. And it's like the shape shifting thing becomes more of a dissimulation of personality, where if you don't have a hold on yourself, if you don't have a mainstay, like a main point to start from, Pisces is not even in the room. Everybody else is here and everybody else is on one accord, and Pisces is just like having their own experience that's not on the same vibration as anyone else, so you can come off as crazy as fuck. Like, I work with a Pisces rising and a Pisces sun. That boy, he'll walk up to you and just be like, yeah, my girlfriend, I gave her $4,000 this weekend, and she's not even really my girlfriend, but like, I live with her and we live in a studio apartment, and like, I have a I have a palette on the side and I take care of her. I don't know what more she wants from me. And you just looking at dude like, get your shit together. What worlds are you living in right now? That's Pisces on a lower vibrational frequency. But high vibrational Pisces, I have another friend, right? I was actually just with him last night, and I told him like, yo, you're like a master liar. He was so offended. But I saw it as a good thing, because I'm like, not necessarily a good thing. Because of course, it can get you into a lot of trouble, that Pisces energy. If you don't have a hold on it, you start lying, believing in your lies, and creating false realities that you end up believing in because you're so fucking convincing. You can't tell reality from your own little disillusioned universe. But he's very grounded. He's a very grounded individual. Like, he has his financial head on straight, his life, his family, like, he sees everything pretty clearly. But he has that Piscean flavor, to where I noticed that depending on what situation he's in, he's like the perfect fit for every situation. So he's the life of the party. He's at work, he gets promotions like this because he understands the situation that he's in and how to fit in, and how to be like the grandfather Pisces. Like, Pisces can be very wise. So wise, like wisdom off the fucking charts, right? And in that way, you can be intuitively smarter than everybody else in the room. So it's almost like you can pick up on everybody's particular energy and say, this is what none of you guys has. This is what everybody needs from me in order to be a great leader. So I told him he should be an actor, honestly, because what he's doing now is very, very, how do I put it, structured. And he's thriving there, but he's not happy. You see what I'm saying? So I told him like, yo, you need to use that trait of yours to be able to fit in and to be able to like manipulate your personality and artistically express that. Because even like, I'm on the phone with him while he's at work, he got everybody cracking up. Like, he's just that guy. I don't know how else to put it, but yeah, Pisces energy can be very, very intriguing. Aquarius sun in the 5th house. Wow, so you have your Aquarius sun in the house of Leo. That could cause a little bit of friction within how you see yourself. I could see you having maybe some, either you're the man. Who is this that I'm talking to? Marcel, either you're that guy, or and you could even be outwardly that guy. Like, people really are drawn to you. People want to come to you to have fun. They see you as the life of the party. Or you're like a wet blanket, and so you're coming into the party wanting to talk about conceptual ideas and like you don't want to be like anybody else, and you hate when people try to categorize you as like other people because you're like, no, I'm my own person, like fuck that. And also you could experience some, what is the word that I'm looking for, some difficulty with knowing who you are, knowing your identity, and then understanding how you fit in with society and how you fit in with everybody else. But yeah, that's just like off the top of my head what I would see for Aquarius sun in the 5th house. Or you could feel like you really need a gang to back you up with everything that you do, because Aquarius is about groups. Leo wants to be the head of the group. So you could really feel more comfortable when you have people in agreement with you as opposed to people on the opposing side. You said Images says they have a busy year now until 2020. 2020 is about to be lit for everybody. I hope y'all are ready. Hey guys, make sure you're liking this video. Subscribe to my channel for more information like this. And we're going to get it popping, high vibe community. You do need to be grounded at work hard because of college. Don't trip over the applications. Yo, applications are such a Capricorn thing, bro. Like applying for shit is such a Capricorn concept because it's like you gotta compartmentalize. You gotta know who you are. You have to be able to put everything that you've done on paper. That requires you to have that type of mind that's like able to put yourself into boxes to say, this is who I am, right? This is what I've done. This is how long I've done it for. Here's all of my experience. This is why I deserve to have this position, because whenever you're applying for something, you're trying to elevate, right? You're trying to get on a new level with your life, and somebody has to approve it, right? So there's somebody that's sitting in a seat higher than you with authority that you don't have in order to give you the permission to be able to start a process. Because whenever you apply, you're not just applying and then you get back whatever. You're applying to do more work. So whether it's school, somebody's screaming. Hold on. I'm checking. Whether you're applying to do more work, you're applying to go to school, you're applying to, you see what I'm saying? Like applying for a loan, you still have to meet deadlines within that, pay the money back in a certain time. You have a certain interest rate. You're applying for a certain thing. So those are all Capricorn concepts. So you're going to have to dismantle the fear surrounding it. And when I say fear, don't take it too far out of context, but there are only two things in life. There's love and there's fear. And whenever we're experiencing resistance, whenever we don't want to do something, it's coming from a deep-seated fear. Fear can look like agitation. Fear can look like frustration. Fear can look like anything negative is fear. So you just need to take the negatives away from it and realize that's a part of your process, man. Just be really matter of fact about it. Take your emotions out of it. Sit down, do your damn application. You are what you are and you aren't what you aren't. Be truthful. Just do the shit. Like, I don't know another way to say it, but I'm going through my Saturn return. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit more like, hey, Jay, can you come here, please? Sorry, y'all. I need some coffee. My coffee's running low. Can you come here? Do you want to say hi to my YouTube channel? Take your scarf off. Wait. Take your scarf off. This is my daughter. I'm about to ask her to do me a favor. Child, if you want to know about everything, you're going to have to buy a reading. Images. PNG. Pisces in Mars in the 7th house. People think you're doing something wrong. Let me see. Sun conjunct Neptune. Oh, this is Jada. Your hair. Jada wants to say hi.
Hello.
Will you stop talking like a baby? You're a big girl. Come here. So, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you make me another pot of coffee? Please.
Mama.
Please. Please. Come on.
Please.
Come on, make me some coffee. Here. I love you. Thank you.
Can't you just want to sip, Mama?
It's not enough in there. I need another pot.
I'm about to make strawberry and cheese.
Okay, go ahead. All right. Thank you, baby.
Bye.
Bye. You can come back and say hi again if you want to. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with this. If you haven't liked this video already, please like this video. Y'all, I'm trying to create something on here. Like, I really appreciate y'all's love because that's what keeps me active on this channel. Let me see. Pisces, Mars in the 7th. People think you're doing something wrong or sleazy. Yeah, Pisces can be perceived as like untrustworthy because y'all are too much. Like y'all just, I don't know what the energy is. Is disillusioning. It's like I be looking at my Pisces friend like, bro, are you being sarcastic right now? Or are you serious when you like? Because sometimes I can't tell if that nigga is being funny. Like honestly, truly. You have Sun conjunct Neptune. Oh yeah. People project constantly, been called a ghost. And yeah, people are not seeing you clearly, Marcel, and they're not gonna recognize anything that you do. And a lot of what you do might not even be grounded. Like, let's be honest here, okay? I have a Pisces midheaven, so I'm not trying to be on y'all. And I have a Virgo. Venus in Pisces. So like I totally get like loving somebody for me is loving people so hard and them not recognizing it at all. And it's just like, haven't you seen everything I've done and everything that I've sacrificed for you? Like at this point, you're not respecting me. You're not loving me. You're not giving me the credit for everything that I've done and who I am and how I am and how much I give. You feel what I'm saying? Even if it is figurative love and I'm just here every time you call, I pick up the phone. Even if I'm busy, every time I'm gonna be there for you. And people are like, "What have you done for me?" First of all, I date men. I'm not doing nothing for no man. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. And I got a daughter. Like what? But my love is very unconditional, and I do forgive people, and I listen to people, and I'm very Piscean in that way. But they don't recognize it. So your Mars, that's like your aggression, your sexual aggression, your how you're doing things, tasks being accomplished, how you go to get things done, and what it is that you put your time and energy in. People are not going to recognize that, and especially with you having Sun conjunct Neptune. What? They don't even see you. They don't respect you. I'm just gonna be honest. Like you have to extra ground yourself in order for people to really recognize your efforts, Marcel. You appreciate the love that I show Pisces. Your sun is in Pisces in the 2nd house. Oh, that's an interesting chart. You actually are ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. That's an interesting persona to have, Portia. Capricorn in your 1st house. Oh, well, that's going to really do you a lot of good. It's going to ground you, that Capricorn 1st house. But that Pisces 2nd house, your finances might seem like you can't get a hold of them. You got to go to that website, astro.com, and get your real chart. Yeah, Marcel should definitely book a reading, yeah. My daughter's sun sign is Leo. Your planets in the houses. I'm about to get my laptop. This video is no longer about planets. We just gonna have a good old live. I will do the planet video later because I'm not gonna be able to get through all 12 planets. Okay, let's vote. Let's cast a vote right now. Everybody that's here that's talking to me, do y'all want to keep going with the planets, or do y'all want me to show you how to look up your chart? If you want to keep going with the planets, type planet. If y'all want me to show you an example of a chart, type chart. I'll give y'all about 10 seconds to do that. And let me know what's up. See, this is my Pisces midheaven. I had a plan. My plan is being dismantled by you guys. Because I'm so accommodating. God, why am I this way? Why? I had one person type planet. If don't nobody else say nothing, then we're going with the planets, girl. Portia, you gonna be the one. You're gonna be the one, Portia. All right, we're talking about planets, period. Okay, so next, I want to talk about the moon. So we talked about the sun taking 1 year to travel through all of the signs, right? That's how come every single sign gets 30 days in the sun. And by the time all the signs are taken care of, we're back to square one, back at Aries, right? So the moon, okay, the moon is very interesting because for any of you that are interested in doing like practical magic or working with nature and cycles in order to manifest or create the reality that you wish to see, the moon is a really, really easy planet to get a hold of. And the moon is also always on our fucking backs, because just like the sun, every 30 days, this light is in my face bright as fuck. I'm sorry, it's blinding me and I'm not able to keep track of my brain. So just like the sun is in a planet every 30 days, right? during that 30-day period, like Virgo season just started on the 23rd. This next 30 days, we're all going to be identifying and seeing ourselves a little bit more through the lens of the Virgo energy. So a lot more attention to detail, a lot more judgmental concepts and theories will be on the forefront of our mind. We'll be judging people. We'll be judging ourselves, right? We'll be looking at things to see how can we make them better, right? This is all Virgo stuff. Understanding where people are really contributing and being of service to the community and to society, and understanding where some people are just really fucking dumb and fucking stupid. I just had to put that out there because Virgo season is notorious for that. But the moon is much like the sun, where, first of all, the moon travels through each sign every 2 days. So I don't know what the moon is in right now. I didn't wake up and look this morning. But say the moon is in Sagittarius today. All of today, all of tomorrow, and even maybe part of the next day, we're going to have the moon pulling on the Sagittarian energy within all of us. So you might feel a little bit more adventurous. You might feel like connecting with somebody from a different culture or a different age range or a different race. Or somebody who's an expert in a different area of study and really having that conversation, that discourse. You might feel a little bit more risky, right? Because the moon, first of all, we know that it pulls on the tides of the earth, right? The gravitational pull of the moon is connected to the waters down here. And we are 70% water, just like the earth is 70% water. Like, that shit is no secret. It shit is no big puzzle. You know, it is what it is. So when the moon is traveling, it's always playing on our feelings, playing on our emotions. This is why people with Cancer placements, Cancer sun, Cancer moon, whatever, what have you, they come across as hella moody because they are always following the moon. The moon never stops, right? So it's like pit stop after pit stop after pit stop after pit stop, going through each sign and being extremely engulfed in that because it is the emotion, right? It is our reactions. It is how we because the moon shines light off of the sun, so it's more of a reactionary planet than an action-oriented planet. But those reactions can translate into actions. Like when the moon is in Aries, more people start fighting. Like, because Aries rules Mars. Mars rules blunt objects, blunt speech, cutting things, really getting to the point of something, the spark, the initiation, right? So when the moon, our feelings is in that very sharp, very blunt sign like that, a lot of people experience emergencies, things that call your attention to be drawn to something right then and there, emotional outrages, emotional outbreaks, so on and so forth, okay? So like I said, the moon travels, takes about 2.5 days in each sign. So if you notice yourself just like going through life, like, you know what, I'm feeling real aggy right now. Look at where the moon is and see if you can relate some of the theme of the day, even what other people are doing. Because this is not individual to just people that know about it. Even people that don't know about astrology are affected by the planets. Like, it just is what it is. We're all one big organism. Just like your body is an organism, the galaxy is an organism, right? And we function as one. So I noticed, like, when people are real mopey, don't want to be talked to, or like real just under the weather, it's usually a water sign moon. It's usually Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Pisces really gets people in their bag. Like, I write the best music during Pisces moons, because it attaches itself to my midheaven, my Venus. So I start thinking about my life, my love. I get real emotional, real like, it starts pulling on my heartstrings, and I can just funnel and channel that energy really well when the moon's in Pisces. But other people tend to go in their hut, start crying and shit. They want to be separated from society. They want to do their own thing. Like, during that time, my most productive time is usually when the moon is in Capricorn or a earth sign, because it's like you're being grounded. You're being asked to ground your energy during that time. So I would say if you're feeling out of whack with your life, maybe try to schedule some of your activities and stuff like that via the lunar cycle, okay? Another thing I wanted to say, full moons and new moons. Yo, I got to do a whole video on that. I might have a video up on that already. I'm not sure, but basically the sun, like I said, it travels through each sign twice in a month. So that first 2 weeks, it's going through the zodiac, and then the second 2 weeks is going to go through the zodiac again. Is it ready already, baby?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
How is it not hot to you?
It is hot. I have to let it sit there for just a few seconds.
No, you'll be touched.
Oh, it is hot, but my hands are a little bit more seasoned than my baby's. Thank you, Slubba.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you ready?
What?
Are you ready for our activities?
Yeah!
What time is it? You know? Because my phone. Can you look on the laptop and tell me what time it is?
It's 4:02.
4:02? Okay, we got to go get honey in a second.
I'm so happy.
Images. Are you not listening? Got a phone call. My bad. I got a phone call. I apologize for that. Jay, call your granddad. All right. If you go on astro.com, it literally tells you. But okay. We'll do a video on that maybe tonight when I get home. I'll do a video on how to read a chart. How to read a basic birth chart. But yeah, so full moons, so during those 2 week cycles, right? They kicked off by full moons and new moons. So every 2 weeks there's a full moon, and then 2 weeks after that there's a new moon. During full moon cycles, you're being asked to do manifestation exercises, like literally just writing down what it is that you want your life to look like. But full moons are a time where you can release things. So you can say, I am so happy and grateful that I have released all fear surrounding my career and my finances, and that I am now living a happy and full life. Boop. Write it down. Leave it, right? Some people say you can go outside, burn it, or whatever the fuck. But do whatever makes you feel good. During a new moon, you can do the same thing. I am so happy and grateful now that I have, and you want to talk about what it is that you wish to acquire in present tense. So I want a fucking Ferrari. I am so happy and grateful that I was able to sign a brand new lease on a 2019 or a 2020 Ferrari. Boop, boop, boop. Period. Why am I being so ratchet? But in real life, though, yeah, so all of those things, Pink, what's good? Yeah, all those things can help you elevate your life. And the cool thing about full moons and new moons is every single month they change signs. So like this month, I believe we had a full moon. August, we had a full moon in Aquarius. So that's where you're being asked to release any judgment around who you truly are, release any negative thoughts or feelings around your individuality, how you see yourself, what makes you unique to the world, right? And then the new moon is in Leo, so it's asking you to call in your confidence, call in the space to feel like it's okay for you to take up space. Shit, Leo things, right? So that moon cycle shit, it gets real interesting. I should do a video on that too, honestly. Okay, so next, let's talk about Mercury, the next fastest moving planet. So Mercury be out here, period. First of all, my chart is ruled by Mercury because I'm a Gemini rising, right? So Mercury is basically about communication. It rules the third house. So it talks about getting from point A to point B really quickly. So it's communicating yourself. It's going short distance travel. So going to your friend's house that lives in the same city as you, or taking an hour road trip or something like that. Doing real lightweight traveling, commuting to work. It talks about the internet and how we're able to reach other human beings and other people very quick through that electric current. Because Mercury to me also represents electricity, even though Uranus is really like that staticky planet, but Mercury can represent that too, because it's like the actual function of how the electricity moves. How do we get it from my computer to your computer? You see what I'm saying? How do we connect to the World Wide Web type shit? Uranus is the actual anomaly, and like the fact that we have this thing that can connect, like the electric current is Uranus, but the travel, the passageway that it goes through is Mercury. What else can Mercury represent? How we process things within our mind. So the neural pathways that we've created within our brains, right? And how we process information, how we talk about, or the self-talk that we have, and then how we communicate that information to other people. So it's a lot about how you write, how you read, how you communicate to people that you see as being in close proximity to you. So talking to your family, talking to your siblings, having that level of the same wiring as another person and feeling familiar with somebody, right? It's like if you have the same Mercury sign as a person, you guys are going to communicate with each other really, really well. Even if you have the same modality. So like, say for instance, I have a cardinal Mercury. So other people who are forward speaking, like who initiate conversation, fuck with me heavy because my Capricorn, my Capricorn Mercury just is like that. Like, and I like to talk about business. I like to talk about money. I like to talk about how we can help each other. Business. I said business, but yeah, like how can we come together to pull our resources, so on and so forth. And that really works out for me. When there's other people who are either cardinals, so that's like Libra, Aries, Capricorn, or Cancer, Mercury's, or other earth signs. So like, and even some water signs appreciate me because they are very dreamy. Like I was in a relationship with a Pisces Mercury. That nigga, bro, like bro, that nigga, I don't even want to get off into that, but that nigga would say stuff and I'd be like, so what you really mean to say is blah 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 blah, because like he had a Pisces Mercury and I had a Capricorn Mercury, so I could understand him even though we weren't always on the same page. Like I could take the role as far as compartmentalizing his thought processes and his ideas. Hey, y'all, if you haven't already, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. I gotta get some lip gloss. Hold on. Hold on. Give me just a second. Okay. So, as I was saying, oh, my sheet. Woo. Okay. So, yeah. Mercury takes 2.5 months to travel through each sign. Wait. No, I'm sorry. My bad. What? I said 30 days in each sign. That's not necessarily, is that true? 2.5 months or 11 weeks, 1 month. At any rate, Mercury be fucking moving. I think I'm wrong on here, to be honest. But Mercury be moving, okay? Another thing that I want to say about Mercury is, first of all, it rules over Gemini, like Pink is saying, and fucking Gemini and Virgo, okay? So, Pink, you know me. I'm real. I ain't finna sugarcoat it for y'all. This is me giving y'all me, okay? So, it rules over those two signs. And so what we can see from that observation is that both of these signs, Gemini and Virgo, are very, very quick in their thought processes. They love to look at a thing and evaluate it, right? That's the mind, the mental aspect of both of these signs, the very cerebral aspect of both of those signs. And they really are good at just communicating what they see. So whereas Gemini is more so in the mind and more so just like connected to the mouthpiece and understanding balance, they can take you through a concept and tell you all the pros and all the cons, and they never really end up anywhere. They just can conceptualize and say, hey, this is what this is. In case you didn't know, it could go this way, it could go that way. And we should respect both sides because you know what? There's more than one way to skin a cat. And I just want you to be aware that if you think you're right, you're never fucking right. Okay? That's Gemini. Gemini likes to think about what's going on, likes to process it, likes to talk about it a lot. They're very, very mixy, very, very like just in the moment, in the mood. If you want to argue with the Gemini, because no matter what you say, they will always have a rebuttal because they can see where you're going before you even go there, because their mind moves 1,000 times faster than yours and it conceptualizes things so much better than you do. It's hard to win an argument with a Gemini. That's why people think Geminis are crazy, because they literally are both sides of duality all at once, but they never really find the balance. That's Libra. Libra finds the balance. Gemini is the imbalance. Gemini is both extremes. Virgo takes it a step further. Virgo understands exactly what is happening, but they see things as black and white. So it's either a thing is or a thing is not. And so Virgo has to come to that fucking conclusion. Virgo needs to be able to say, you are right, you are wrong, or I see what you got going there, but here, hey, this is where you're not being as efficient as you could be. You need to fix this because this is not right. Right? If it was right, it would be moving in this way, and it's not doing that. Do you really want me to give you my opinion? Because sometimes people dislike Virgos simply because they're right all the time, right? Gemini doesn't care to be right. Gemini just cares to have a rebuttal for you. And that's just that on that. Gemini wants you to think bigger. Virgo's already thinking bigger than you, period. And they just want you to focus on the detail and fix the thing. So Mercury, when it goes retrograde, that's why a lot of times people experience that weird resistance. They feel like nothing's working out for them. If you travel for work, or you have to do a little, what is it called? What is it called when you go places for work? Like when you work like an hour away. I forgot the word already, but like your car might break down. That's another machine. Mercury rules over machinery too, because it's the inner workings of the thing. So it's just like, if you knew you needed to get your car fixed for 2 months before Mercury went retrograde, commuting, yes. If you knew you needed to get your car fixed 2 months before Mercury went retrograde and you didn't, Gemini, that's Gemini, you know something is imbalanced and you just are being obstinate to it. During Mercury retrograde, Virgo, the Virgo aspect of it is going to come out and the thing's going to go wrong. And it's going to be like, haha, bitch, I told you, check your fucking engine. The light's been on for 8 weeks, girl. Get it together. That type of thing. Mercury retrograde also, like I said, it attacks our machinery. It attacks our minds. So a lot of times people get very foggy during that time. Fortunately, I'm a Gemini rising. So yeah, I do get called out during Mercury retrograde, but I mastered that shit real quick because I was like, hey, I'm not going to be out here like the rest of y'all hollering and screaming every time Mercury goes retrograde, and that's my ruling planet, bitch. I'm about to figure that shit out, bitch. And I'm about to be able to use Mercury retrograde to fix my life. Ayanla. Mercury retrograde is Ayanla. It is. It's going to sit you down. It's going to talk about the way you do things, your processes. It's going to question the fuck out of you. It's going to make you look at what you've been doing right, what you've been doing wrong, honey. And it's going to point the shit out, and it's not going to be comfortable because it's your mind. It's somebody literally calling you the fuck out. It's somebody saying, hey, bitch, you kind of dumb. And here is where you've been real dumb because the shit is in your face. It's been communicated to you. We tried to told you. Okay, and you just didn't fix it. So during Mercury retrograde, it's like, bitch, fix it now. Or because if you don't fix it now, you might not you just worried about getting to work, girl. But how the fuck you gonna get to work if your shit's not working? So you've been going to work every day with this engine light coming on, and you never thought to check it out. How dumb are you? Fix it. You feel me? Like, so people be getting slapped upside the head every Mercury retrograde because they don't want to fall in line with the fact that just because you moving don't mean you moving right, right? Mercury, you have got to learn how to keep your machine well oiled. So it might be, like I said, your mind, your body, even people's health, right? Because Virgo rules over health. Your job, that's another function, and you're a part of the function. Yeah, you better get it fixed soon. But another part of the function, if you know you've been slipping on your pimping at your job, Mercury retrograde is gonna fuck you up because shit, some of your files might get lost. You might lose a kid. I don't know what you do for work. You might, the system might go down, and you weren't paying attention during the trainings to see how to fix it. Now you fucked. Now you gotta call your supervisor and get cussed the fuck out. Like, so Mercury is just about maintaining your composure and a well structured order of operations, really is what it's about. And if you're not with the shit, if your life is not right in that realm, Mercury retrograde is gonna eat your ass up. Also, people who are ruled by Mercury, whether it's a Virgo rising or a Gemini rising, tend to speak with their hands. They tend to be very expressive. They want to communicate when they see something's not fucking right, bro. Like, I love us because we can fit in with any crowd. You feel what I'm saying? Because we're like motherly figures almost even. I would say more so the Virgo rising than the Gemini rising. The Gemini rising is just like the life of the party. Like, I'm gonna come in and I know how to relate to all of y'all. But in that way, I end up taking care of people because it's like, oh, that person needs a drink. Oh, this person, we need to set the music. They're not really feeling it right now. Let me do this. Like the life of the party. But then Virgo rising is like really like, oh, you need a drink, honey? Are you thirsty? This person's throwing up. Somebody come hold their hair. Like, that's Virgo rising all day. But it's understanding everybody and everything that's going on, and like being the connector piece between what's not going on and what needs to happen. You feel me? What else do I want to say about Mercury? Wherever you find Mercury in your chart is where you find the way that you communicate, along with whatever sign rules your third house. That's the sign that you take the communication cues from. So I always like to refer back to me because I know my chart by heart. So I have a natal Mercury in Capricorn, 8th house at that. So I love connecting to people through conversation. When I read a book, I feel like I'm getting insight into that person's mind. I love psychology. I love to talk to people about who they are, who they think they are. And then I like to observe for a while and be able to come back to them and say, hey, did you realize this about your personality or that about your personality? This is why I love astrology, because it helps me to satiate the need of my, Virgo risers can be Debbie Downers too. Because when y'all don't feel like being of service to people, y'all just tell people what's wrong with them. And it's like, you're not having fun, are you? Yeah. I have a Virgo moon friend that I had to drop. We used to go out and have a code where whenever I would say SM, she would know it was time for her to go sit in the cars. And like, you're being a stick in the mud, bitch. Quit being a stick in the mud. SM, get the fuck out the party. You're not fun anymore. Bye. But so my Mercury, I tend to be because it is in Capricorn, I question my communication style a lot. But because I have a Gemini rising, I'm doing this with you all. Like, honestly, I'm mad at myself for not writing a list before I did this video. But I have somewhere to be in about 20 minutes. So I have to get this video filmed in order to stay on track with my to-do list today. So again, Capricorn vibes, like I have a whole fucking to-do list for my day on the weekend. Like, so I have to be that person. But I love to have categories and to have order and structure to things. But also, my third house, right, which is the house that is ruled by Mercury, just in general for everyone, right, is in Leo. So I'm loud as fuck, bro. I say what I say. I wish a motherfucker would come on my channel and try to check me, because guess what? This is my shit. Like, very Leo energy when it comes to how I communicate. I'm very confident in my communication style. Once I'm ready to speak up, right? That Capricorn, like when I write letters or tweets or anytime I'm writing something, I double check it a lot. Like, it got to the point where I stopped doing that shit because I will literally not post something or not send a letter because I don't think that the way I've written it is perfect. Grammar is very, very important to me via my Capricorn Mercury. If you don't know how to speak, I'm going to call you dumb as fuck, because don't get on my line. Don't call me. Don't text. Don't call me no more. Don't text me no more. If you don't have proper grammar or proper English, because bitch, I will call you out. I use slang. I cuss. I do all of that. Yes. But like, know when to turn that shit on and turn that shit off, right? Capricorn. They play hard, but they also work way harder. So yeah, I can get with the slang, but at the same time, like, if you're stupid, I'm gonna know in 2 seconds, and I'm gonna probably call you out or make you feel real dumb when you talk to me, because I don't like that shit. And my third house, Leo, was like, bitch, the swine. Like, you uncultured motherfucker. Like, bro, I'm in my bag all the time. And so by the time I'm speaking to you, I'm loud, I'm boisterous, I'm like, look at me, listen to me, ha ha ha. Like, very Leo. So yeah. And I love people who I can relate to. That's third house too. Like, I love when another person is like that, because I respect them. When they're sure about themselves, when they can communicate what they need, how they feel, how they see things, and they don't question themselves, and they're just like, it is what it is. Like Khalees, I was watching some people on my timeline. Shout out to Ashley DJ, an astrologer. She's dope as fuck. If y'all don't already follow Ashley DJ, Y'all need to go find her on all platforms. That's like I look at her as like my big sister of astrology because she's just really in her motherfucking bag all the time when it comes to this shit. Her business is seamless. You can get chart readings from her as well. But it's funny, I was looking at her and another girl, I forget the girl's name, on my Twitter timeline talking about Khalees. It was her birthday the other day. For y'all, those of you who don't know who Khalees is, she's like the shit. Anyway, she's a singer like 10 years ago or so. And Khalees has a lot of Leo in her chart. And if you watch her interviews or like listen to the shit that she says, she be like, she just be sunning the shit out of people left and right. But it's really her. Like, it's not. Some people feel like they have to put other people down to feel good about themselves. And some people are just that fucking confident. And Khalees is just that confident. And I love when I see that confidence in other people because that's how I am. Like, if I don't have nothing nice to say, a lot of times I just won't say nothing at all because I will hurt your fucking feelings. I'm just going to be honest. That's me tempering myself and making myself likable. Because if not, like, I say what the fuck I feel. And it just is what it is. And my Capricorn has already fact checked everything thrice before I even open my mouth. So for you to try to combat that, it's like you're not gonna win the argument. I'm just sorry. That's my Mercury. Let me see what y'all talking about. SpongeBob about to get fired again. Pink, you crazy as hell. Yeah. So yeah, Mercury. How you talk, how you communicate, how you think, right? Okay, next is Venus. Venus is so lovely. Venus is the planet of love, but really it's not. Venus is the planet of like value. That's really Venus. Venus knows what the fuck she likes, which is why she rules over love. Because in order to connect to that feeling, love is just adoration. It's grand adoration, placing value on something and saying, hey, I value you so highly, like so much. I think I love you. Okay. So Venus is really where we find our more sensual side because it's us recognizing what we like and what the effect is when that thing comes into us. So like people would say Taurus Venus. Taurus Venus people love practical, tangible things that they can hold, very plush items, things that are of high value, things that are very expensive. They can look at something and say, this was an expensive gift. I appreciate you as a person because you bought me something expensive, which means you must value me. Or this is a cheap ass present. Bitch, I should slap you. Don't ever fucking try me like that. Did you think you take me as a cheap bitch? That's what a Taurus Venus would think, right? When being gifted with something. Also, people with Taurus Venus, and I like to pick out a sign and just kind of go through it so y'all can see what I'm saying. But like a Taurus Venus would love anything having to do with the five senses. So like if you are a Taurus in Venus or Venus in Taurus, or if you know somebody with a Venus in Taurus, the way to win them or to like do self-care on yourself is to appeal to those very physical pleasures. So music, gifts, food. Oh my God. If you give them something to look at, it smells good and it tastes good, you gonna have that Venus Taurus busting that pussy open. I'm just playing. Real quick, okay? Because they're like, wow, you gave me an experience. I am engulfed within this right now and I'm feeling it, right? Venus is where we are most receptive. So wherever your Venus sign is, if there's another person that has those qualities or embodies it. So if another person's sun is there because that's how they see themselves. If another person's moon is there because that's how they feel. That's their deepest potential for understanding and buoyancy. Is like the moon is our deepest part, right? Where things bounce off of us from like a real internal standpoint. You guys are going to relate. Moon Venus contacts, which means in your chart, if you have a Taurus moon and then you meet somebody with a Taurus Venus, they're going to really feel like you get them and like you value them, and they're going to really feel seen and heard and appreciated. Because that emotional aspect is meeting up with the value. So it's like, we gel, we are on the same page, right? Also, like I said, Venus Sun contacts are more I want to say like I watched this movie where this girl, I'm just give you an example. This girl, she was a chef, and she had a old high school sweetheart. They ended up not speaking or whatever, and she had this whole brand new life. And like he comes to see her, and she's engaged to this guy who owns hella expensive restaurants. He would be the son in, say, Taurus. Sun in Taurus, right? He owns all these restaurants. He's a heavy hitter. He's got money. He can provide her with the existence that she really loves. He gave her a really great job opportunity because he's giving her restaurants and shit like that. And she is the chef, the Venus in Taurus. She creates the food. She creates the ambiance. She does the interior designing for all the places. They seem like the perfect couple because that Sun and that Venus are both in the same realm, in the same area to provide each other with what they need, the support, the stability, blah, blah, blah. They can make a lot of money together. They can provide people with these plush experiences together. But it's superficial because at the end of the day, when they go home, he'd be all about his business. And like when they would ask him, like press conferences, like they were big press conferences and shit, when they would say, why do you love her? And he'd be like, well, she's a great business asset. It's superficial. The sun is how we superficially see ourselves, and it's not that deep. So the other guy I would say would be more of like a moon in Venus because she actually learned how to cook from her high school sweetheart's mom. So again, that emotional buoyancy, that emotional connection, right? That was her launching pad, was like that family connection to him and everything that him and his lineage represented for her. And even though she was going to be engaged to this other guy who probably had sun in Taurus, clearly the moon in Taurus was not so much of an outward better match, like as far as society and like hierarchy and status quo. But for her life, truly, he was the better match for her because emotionally they met up in that very emotion and value type of way, right? Do y'all feel me? If y'all get what I'm saying, can you give me a thumbs up or something? Something. Type the number 1 if you feel what I'm saying. So, how do I want to put this? What else do I want to say about Venus? Wherever Venus is in your chart is where you need to feel valued. You don't get it, Pink? Okay, let me keep going and let me try to make this make more sense for you. Wherever Venus is where you need to be valued. That's exactly what I said, Images. If your moon sign is in somebody else's Venus is in the same sign, yes, you're compatible. At least on that front. You got to realize there's so many signs and so many asteroids and shit. Like, just because you have a moon Venus contact with somebody, meaning that they're conjunct or they're square or they're sextile each other, which is like different angles of connection, doesn't mean that your whole relationship is going to work out. But it does mean that in that aspect of value and emotional security, you guys are a match. Okay? I'm going to try to slow down because I don't know where y'all are as far as astrology. Like, I just be talking like y'all already know astrology. Maybe y'all don't, but next. Wherever house your Venus is in, that's going to be the area that you need to feel the most value. Wherever sign Venus is in is the flavor of what you need your value to feel like. So my Venus, right? My Venus is in my 10th house. So I really need to feel valued in my professional life, in the public's eyes, right? Status quo does matter to me, even though, I'm such an Aquarius sun and I like to feel as though I can live life on my own terms. Hey, Jay, what time is it, baby? What time is it?
4:30.
Oh, it's time to go. I gotta go, y'all. I might do a part. Well, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 to this. Probably be later tonight. Okay, hop about the frame. I gotta do your hair before we go. So yeah, my Venus being in my 10th house, that means my highest value is placed on, thank you, Pink. Somebody said, you're so cute.
Thank you.
She said, thank you. Somebody said, no. So I need to feel valued in the way that my reputation is standing. My reputation means everything to me. Um I feel like when I do get married, it's gonna have to be to somebody who has a really rich professional life and somebody who can respect my need for authority. Cause I am an authoritative person. Like I'm the type of person when I walk into a room, I just get respect. And it's not to say that like I'm putting people down because my Aquarius sun makes me very humble and my Libra moon makes me very fair. So I'm not gonna just be like, everybody bow the fuck down. But if I don't feel respected in an environment, I'm not gonna thrive there and I don't wanna be there. I do not wanna be. I will remove the shit out of myself because you're not gonna catch me slipping, period. And also, I have a Venus in Pisces in the 10th house. So I'm very loving. I'm very all encompassing. I share that same trait of being able to shape shift. Oh, I'm relatable. Thank you, girl. Yeah, I'm very unique because I'm just like, this is my brain. My brain is so weird. I'll be on 1,000 different things at once, but I know what I'm trying to say and I'm going to communicate it to you bluntly because I want to get myself across. Oh, we sisters. Yes, Venus and Pisces, moon in Libra. I see myself as very diplomatic. I see myself as very fair. It is what it is and it ain't, it ain't. Okay. So if I know something you don't know, I'm going to tell you. If you know something I don't know, I'm going to shut the fuck up and I'm going to listen because at the end of the day, that's the only way you get better is if you learn. And being a good authority figure comes from being a great follower. So if you don't know how to be a student or a mentee, you will never be a great leader. That's just what it is. So yeah, my Venus. Now, Venus does translate a lot into your love life, but it's also just everything else. It's your family life. It's how you value yourself at your job, right? Do you even value work? Because some people, I don't know how y'all are surviving. I don't know how y'all doing things. Y'all don't value work. Your work is the last priority on your list. And for me, being that my value is placed in my work life, that could never be me. I'm a really hard worker. I identify my life by what I do. I have a lot of different things that I do because I got a Gemini rising and I can't focus and I got a lot of shit, a lot of ideas. But when I'm focused, I'm focused. So I'm here with y'all right now. I'm not thinking about my day job. I'm not thinking about my music. I'm not thinking about my finance endeavors, you know. Excuse me. And I'm here with you. But when I'm on to something else, I'm focused there. You feel me? So it's understanding what you value and being able to place your energy there. I'm trying to think of where your Venus is. I can't think about where your Venus is yet. My baby's chart is so hard to read because kids aren't really whole people yet. They're still learning themselves. So I'm still learning how her chart is is showing itself. Let me try to think of some other Venus. Oh, my best friend has an Aquarius Venus. That baby she loves being different, I would say. That is her thing. She does not feel the need to march to the beat of anybody else's fucking drum. And she really values her individuality. She values her lifestyle, her own, being able to do shit her own way. You feel what I'm saying? Like she's always calling me talking about working from home and just finding new ways to like do things and make money. Her friendships vary. Like all of the different people that she's friends with, they have different modes to them. So like she might not be able to put all her friends in the same room because then it'd be like, how do y'all know her? And how do y'all know her? Because she's just that well versed. Capricorn moon and Capricorn Venus in the 4th, very deep lover but practical. Yes. So with your Capricorn moon and Venus, you need, okay, first of all, they're in the 4th house. So you're more so looking to establish a good home life. A really, really stable Capricornian home life would look like all of your books being balanced, maybe even a plush, real like place to stay where you have different rooms for different things. Everything is categorized and compartmentalized, but also working from home could be a thing that comes naturally to you. Finding a way to create money from your home environment. So like maybe you have a day job, but then you also bake cookies on the side, you have a cookie business or something, I don't know, or a finance business. But Capricorns are a lot more homey than you think because their opposite sign is Cancer. Cancer rules over the home life. So Capricorns can be homemakers. They just don't want everybody to know that. Like my best friend with the Venus in Aquarius has a Capricorn sun, and she used to go home and cook dinner for her man every day. Like that was her thing. And I never understood that because I'm like, you're a Capricorn. Aren't you more concerned about your work life and like school and stuff like that? But she needed that balance of being able to go to work and be at work and be a boss and authority there, and then coming home and being a homemaker. So a Venus in Capricorn would also look like you only really being successful with people who can bring something to the table. Because a Capricorn person, I'm gonna be honest, they are not very emotional. Capricorn Venus, not the most emotional, and a Capricorn Moon, those are both emotion and value. So you're not that squishy on the inside. You feel like people value you when they put their money where their mouth is, or when they can help you to get to a certain goal. And most of the time, why she crawl on the floor? Most of the time, those goals come from having security.
Because I didn't want to interrupt you.
Leo Venus needs somebody who admires them, who values them, and shows them by remembering little things about them, buying them things. What's up, Gucci Glock? Buying them things, putting them on a pedestal, letting them be the center of attention when they go out, letting the Leo Venus rule where they go, when they go, how they go, who they go with. But also somebody who's not afraid to play second fiddle, because Leo Venus is very, even though they could be like, how do I want to put this? Because all Leos don't seek attention all the time, but they do. Even the ones that don't need your attention, like Jada, my daughter. If I don't give her, it like I might come home from work and be like, "Hey, give me a hug," and she'll be like, "Mama," but then let me deny her a hug, and it's the end of the world. Am I lying?
No.
No. So those people just need it when they need it. They need attention when they need it. And if I came home and never gave her a hug, she would be mad at me secretly.
Yeah.
She wouldn't say it, but she'd be mad. She'd be like, "You don't ever hug me." So they want to, those are the type of people that want to be invited out, but if they don't come out, don't be mad and just keep inviting them. Okay, Sag Venus. I would say those people need freedom. Oh my God. And they need excitement. And you could really win, because Sages are hard to pin down. So a Sag Venus is somebody that's going to really value you if you have some knowledge, if you have some smarts about yourself. And that's the only way they'll really actually respect you, is if you know something that they don't. If they can run over you and rule you, they might take you under their wing and teach you a thing or two, but they're never really going to respect you until they see you boss your life up a little bit and getting your own bag. Also, Sag Venus, like I said, they need that element of freedom. So if you want them to stay loyal and true to you, you cannot restrict them from doing anything, and just always know that they're going to come home, right? I had something else to say about Sag Venus. I can't remember. You just gotta let them be them. You gotta just let them be free. Maybe help them set some goals. Like I was trying to talk about, because a Sag Venus that really wants to be free is one that's not ready for commitment. But a Sag Venus that is in the presence of somebody that they feel like is a once in a lifetime type of partner, type of opportunity, they will really love you a lot. Like I said, if you can teach them something, if you can help them set a goal to get to, if you can really help them like pull you guys' resources in order to elevate your lifestyle as a partnership, then that's when they start thinking about marriage. Because they're like, wow, you're an asset to my life. But if you're not going to be an asset to a Sag, anything, they're not going to stay around. They're not going to stick around for your bullshits. Okay? Oh, yeah, you love privacy, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Venus. You love it. So, yeah, guys, I am planning on coming back and we'll do, then we only got through 4 planets, bruh. That's not anything. So I'm getting ready to take these kids to this little amusement park thing. And then I'm going to come back. Hopefully I'm not too tired and I can go through, oh no, I went through, yeah, I didn't reach Mars. So we'll go through the rest of the planets: Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And I want to do the North Node later. So, I stream every 10 years. Leave me alone, Pink. You know I'm a Gemini rising, honey. Don't act like you don't know. So I'll be back. Let's say if I do come back tonight, it'll be around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I would love if y'all could join me for that stream. Can y'all reply? Let me know if y'all plan on joining me for that stream. Like, I don't know if this is lagged, if y'all are not getting what I'm saying until after it's already said or what. But I really want to know if y'all gonna join me for the stream later. Because y'all honestly lit. I love getting questions. I love just talking to y'all. That's what I really want. You gonna be asleep. Pink, wake your ass up. You better set an alarm. See you later, Portia. I might come back smoke. Please try. Guys, put the notification bell on, because like Pink said, I'm not going to kill you with the posts and stuff like that, but like when I do come on, I really love when you guys join me. This shirt was made like this. You always got something to say with your Sagittarius head ass. Look, Jada got my back, period. Period, she got my back. No, I didn't take scissors to it. I bought it like this because I'm cool and I'm an Aquarius.
That's not cool. This just looks like you just bought it out the dumpster, to be honest. I'm sorry. But
you got my child trying to play me on this. Hey, relax. All right, so I'll be back 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jay, can you make sure I'm streaming at 10 p.m.?
Yeah.
All right, Jada said she's going to make sure I'm streaming at 10 p.m. and we're going to talk about the rest of the signs. After that, I'm going to start getting these August videos out for you guys. Marcel, I will see you later. So what video do y'all want me to do first for August zodiac signs? Hit me before I get off of here. What videos do y'all want to see first? Yeah. What video y'all want to see? I'm writing it down right now. What videos for August? If y'all don't say nothing, I'm just do whatever I want. Period. Woo!
I'm excited.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Kristen, what's up? All right, I'm gonna come back. I got bags under my eyes, y'all. I'm tired.
I fell asleep and I didn't even know I fell asleep.
Sagittarius always goes first. Sagittarius, y'all are always on the ball. So I'll be back to do Sagittarius and then Aquarius videos after we stream about the planets once more. So I love y'all. Please like this video before you go. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already. And share this video with somebody that you think might be interested in what I got going on and what we're talking about here. And I will see you guys later. Say bye.
Bye.